Well, good evening, and welcome to Dr. C. Rochelle Ministries on this Thursday evening. I am so glad that I have a special guest that is going to be joining me this evening as we have a pre-discussion concerning women who rise to soar, women who rise to reach and inspire someone else to soar. I am so elated to bring this young woman. Yes, I see you coming in. Come on in, come on in. We are going to have this great discussion just for a few minutes to whet your appetite about what's to come on tomorrow evening. I want to share with you, I have with me this evening Coach T. Strong Myrick. Good evening, Teresa. How are you?
Good evening. I am wonderful. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You look amazing, young lady. You look amazing. I
Thank
declare,
you.
yes. Listen, you all come on in. Come on in. We need you to be interactive with us tonight because T Strong got something to say, okay? I was going to say T say, okay? T say. You got too strong. T Strong has something to say, okay? Yes. Teresa hails from the great state of Florida, and I met Teresa. When did I meet Teresa? I met Teresa about a year ago. Has it
I
been a
think
year?
it may have been. I think it has been about a year.
Yeah.
What, 9 months to a year? Yeah.
Yes, yes, and so we kind of met because of the meshing of families.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, my daughter, my daughter Sarah, is her niece.
Yeah,
Who
it's
married.
marrying my nephew.
Yeah, she's married your nephew. That's right.
Yes.
That's it. She will be in the family next month, Teresa, for real.
Absolutely. She already in the family.
She already in the family. Yes. So, Teresa, as we get ready to get started, just because we just want to whet the folks' appetite, y'all, we won't be on here about 10, 15 minutes. So, you might as well come on in and just join out and hang out for 5 or 10 minutes with us. And if you got any specific questions you want to ask, go ahead on and get them together as we're going through this. I'm sure Teresa will not have an issue with answering your questions to the best of her ability on tonight. Okay. Teresa, tell us who you are. Who is T. Strong Myrick?
So I am Teresa Strong Myrick, and Strong is not just an adjective I threw in there, that is actually my maiden name. I am
Wow.
a right. I am a right. There's a story. There's a story. So
Wow.
I am just a little synopsis. I am a former police officer, victim advocate, child and family counselor. I'm currently a neurotransformational life coach, a speaker, and a #1 best-selling author.
Shut
However,
up.
yes, that sounds real good, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound good?
Yes. Sounds real good to me. I don't know what it all means, but it sounds real good to me.
However, I'm also that same little girl who grew up in a home
Yeah.
knowing that every Friday night there was going to be a fight between my mom and my stepdad. I'm that
Mhm.
same little girl who would be huddled up in a corner, waiting for all the banging and the huffing and puffing to stop. Cuddled up with my brother, trying to protect him. I'm also that same little girl who was molested for a number of years when she was younger. And because of those things, I developed some defense mechanisms to help me get through and move through society without much attention. Because what I learned from those situations, because of the way I was looked at, or because I wasn't, my stepfather never spoke to me. He didn't speak to me maybe one time in 10 years. He said, "Tell that girl to go run my bath water." Right? So I learned that my voice wasn't important. That's what I came to understand. When I told on the man who was molesting me, I wasn't believed. So that further said that my voice and who I was wasn't important. Right? So I came to develop some defense mechanisms, and that was being quiet. I kept quiet for a number of years. I wouldn't speak up for myself. I did all the things that other people wanted me to do so that I can be cool with everybody. I didn't want to cause any problems for my mama.
Wow.
So, and it's crazy how all that helped me to grow up into this person who everyone appears, who says is strong, who
Wow.
appears strong to everyone. What I was really doing was suppressing all my emotion, all of my emotion. I wouldn't get too happy. I wouldn't get too sad. I wouldn't laugh out loud. I did nothing to draw attention to myself. So that's what's led me to here. That's what's led me to here. Um, Actually, I had to start to work on myself to get myself internally strong, because I knew how to play strong.
Yeah.
That was easy. I knew how to appease other people and appear as if I had everything going on, going right. Like I knew how to handle all my business. I looked responsible. I was the one that everybody called on to do things. And of course, if I was doing something outside of me, I was good. I was good, but I wasn't doing anything for me. And so there came a moment where I had to go internal and start to take care of me. I had to take care of my spiritual self, my emotional, my mental, all of that. And because of that, that is what led me to write books, to start to speak as God had told me that I would, to
Mhm.
start to believe in myself, to start to give back to other women, because what I noticed is that it's a lot of women, a lot of men too, who are
Yeah.
just like me,
Wow.
just like me. It's
Wow.
amazing how many people I've talked to who are the go-to people. However, they are not taking care of themselves. They have no one to go to themselves.
Wow. Wow, Teresa. Oh my God, Teresa. That that you talking about amazing. And when and you're right. When we look at you, Teresa looks so strong. Good evening, Vicky. Good evening, Rose. I'm sorry. Good evening. How y'all doing? Come on in. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be so good. My God. Hey, Valinda. Listen. This. I don't even know what to say. It's like you're right. There's so many of us out here. Um, Rose says you have no idea how timely this is.
Ooh,
My God, Teresa, it's like there are people, you're absolutely right, who can share in your story. Hey, Lakita, and they look strong. And
oh
so
my
when
gosh, we know how to fix up. We know how to fix up, look good, speak well, do all the things. But baby, when we get alone, and sometimes we feel lonely in the midst of a room. Don't let me start. In a room full of people, we feel alone because
wow,
we are sitting there suppressing everything that is us. And
wow,
we haven't given ourselves permission to just even feel, just to feel.
Lakita says she knows what you're talking about.
Girl,
Listen, I don't want to give it all away because this conversation really is for tomorrow night. I just want us to whet the people appetite. But sometimes sometimes you just have to go according to the leading of the Lord at the moment you're speaking. And I know, my God, there's so many out there that gonna be able to benefit right from what you're saying right now, Teresa. Rose says you have spoken right to her
oh
and
my
her
gosh.
family. Because when
Whew,
you say that you were molested, you told somebody, but they didn't listen. They didn't believe you. So what you did was you resorted to you turned inward.
absolutely.
But Teresa, but tell me this. So while you were trying to figure out um how to navigate, I want to say, when you were navigating through, I mean, as a girl who felt like she didn't have a voice, Like, what does
It's
that?
just, I often say that, before I knew God, of course, He knew me, and He was taking care of me. He was looking out for me. My saving grace was writing. My saving grace was writing. Um, my mom is no longer here, but she would tell you that I have been writing since I was a little girl because I couldn't tell anyone. I didn't feel comfortable telling anyone, but because, of course, I wasn't believed. And it just wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable or safe to say what I wanted to say. So I wrote everything down. And when I was like highly emotional, I would just write it down. And when I was finished writing it, and I tell people to do this right now in my coaching, I would write it out and then I would just tear it up because I still didn't want anyone to even find it or see it because I was so ashamed. I felt shame for what other people had done to me. I
Wow.
felt embarrassed. And, it was just, it was a tough place to be in as a young person because this started happening, way young, way young. But
Wow.
that's how I did. That's how I coped.
Wow. I don't even want to go any further into this
Look, and
because
this just the tip of the iceberg. We
that's
haven't
what
even
I'm
got
saying.
into
Because
the.
tomorrow, my God, Belinda just said what I said. My God, because this story is all too familiar, and oftentimes, like you say, both men and women,
Yes.
our voices are suppressed because we're not believed. I got a friend in Arkansas right now. And listen, I've never laid eyes physically. We've never met in person, Teresa. Never.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Mm-hmm.
never met. She accidentally, some kind of way, mixed up some phone numbers of a girl that she was trying to reach. And she did. I got this text message one night. And I said, who is this with an Arkansas phone number? Like, I don't know who this is. And Teresa, she was sending some, because she's a lesbian. And she was
Mm-hmm.
sending some like a message, like she was, I love your thick brown thighs or something she was saying. And I
Mm-hmm.
wrote back and I said, I'm sorry, I don't deal sexually in a relationship with women. So you have
Uh-huh.
the wrong person. And
Right.
she said, "Oh, hey Tamika," and after I told her, I said, "Honey, I'm a woman of God." Blase, blase. We went on down the line,
Right.
and we finally talked on the phone. And Teresa, when I tell you the story that girl told me about her uncle molesting her mother's brother molesting her, and when she went to her mother, her mom didn't believe her. And so she went on through, navigated through life, got married to a man. They didn't have any children. And she said when she got married, and because she didn't deal with the molestation, she said the marriage became yucky to her
Mm-hmm.
because she was used to them
Oh, that's so
abusing.
deep. Oh, that's so deep.
Listen, and so your feelings and the things that you're saying, how are we going to help other people find their voices when they're going through situations like this?
You know what? It takes a lot of courage. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot of courage because, especially when you get up in age, you have to go back and touch some of those pain points, and it's not
Ooh,
comfortable. It's not comfortable, but it is so needed because you can't continue to you can't fix it if you continue to ignore it. You have to, with the right support, go and deal with those issues because I guarantee you they're showing up some kind of way in your now.
wow.
It's stopping you. You have some area of your life that you can't get control of and you don't know why. It's likely because of something that happened to you in your past.
My God, today. So I love what you just said. When we get up in age to deal with this, when we get up in age, we have to touch some of those pain points.
Yeah,
The
me
first
too.
thing is identifying the pain point. God
Right.
knows.
And that's why it's easier to think of your life in like, what area can I just not get control of? What is it that it just seems like I cannot for the life of me get these finances together, or I can't deal with hard conversations, or I'm scared of confrontation. When you start thinking about what in your life that you're having a hard time dealing with, that's where you start. That's
Wow.
where you start. Because
Wow.
you won't necessarily know that things from your past is showing up in a certain way. Whenever I'm in coaching, we always start with what habits are causing you issues right now. And we start
Mm.
with that habit and we just go backwards. And we undoubtedly found something from the past that was said to them, done to them, or something that they came to understand or misunderstand that has manifested into this behavior.
Listen, y'all. I thank y'all so much for coming in. And it's all about time for us to go. We just wanted to whet your appetite. I told Teresa, I said sometimes when we get started on these short pre discussions to what we're going to discuss tomorrow night. Listen, this it gets really interesting. So that's why I'm trying to refrain myself from talking too much because we can go deeper into this thing. It is deep, you all. I declare before the heavens that Teresa said something to a few minutes ago that I was in an earlier conversation with another person, and she said like the similar words that our voices are being suppressed and not being found until we're older. What do we do? And that's going to be a whole nother discussion. That ain't even, man, I'm telling you, the Lord was, I mean, he had my wheels began to turn, Teresa. I'm just sitting there and I was like, okay, yes. What happens when your thoughts are molested? What happens
Mm,
when your emotions have been molested?
your
You
beliefs. Mm, girl, yes.
Come on. So,
Yes.
Teresa, I can't wait until you all go ahead on and click that like and share button for me. I know some of you all are coming in and going out, but click that like and share. And if you got a hot burning question for Teresa right now, we haven't really even scratched the surface on what she really gonna get into tomorrow night because we're gonna have a little more time. But Queens Rosemarie, I'm glad you're here tonight. I forgot to acknowledge you. But man, if you got a burning question you want to ask Teresa, just go ahead on and get it together before we get ready to get let me see what she said. I gotta put my glasses on.
Yeah, because I don't have mine on, so you
She's,
don't have to read it.
uh, Rose says she gonna be glued to the set tomorrow.
Awesome. Awesome.
Invite somebody else to come and hear this powerful, powerful testimony, story, life-changing event that's going to be able to help somebody else. And so, Teresa, anything you want to just add to this before we get ready to go?
No, just make sure you join us tomorrow because if it's not you, it's somebody near you. It's somebody you know who is going through this. So come and invite others to come as well, men and women.
Men and women. I'm going to be pushing this thing like crazy. Again, I've been pushing it, for the past couple of weeks. And I told the people, I said, now listen, last Friday was good, but I'm telling you all, it's getting better and better and better because Teresa, what you're going to be talking about tomorrow is really, it's needed. It's a needed conversation.
Absolutely.
Yes, Vicky, yes, Vicky, you're right. It is very needful. Vicky was our presenter last week. She was our lead out the gate last week. I mean, man, she turned us inside out and upside down. You hear me,
Yes,
Teresa? So
I
I
hear
told
you.
him, I said, y'all think she bad? We getting badder, okay? Vicky bad. I'm telling you, Vicky is bad. Teresa, the story that you're gonna roll us through tomorrow, and hopefully we get questions from the audience, and I'm sure they will. Next week we got a woman who suffered domestic abuse. I mean, with the gun pulled to the head, the beat ups, you name it. Next Friday, it's going to be on and popping too.
Wow.
So all of you are so powerful. So come on back, you all, tomorrow evening and join us while we learn how to rise from the grave of grief. You can grieving the loss of a loved one. You can grieve the loss of your sanity. You know, it's time to get up and get up out of there and get up quick. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, Teresa, I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're busy. And y'all gonna want to come back because you want to learn, you want to know how to order this book that Teresa just released, and may want to order one of the other books. But of course, you know, Teresa, man, I'm done. Okay, I am finished for
yes,
tonight.
ma'am. Till tomorrow.
This is it. I'm not going any further because you'll have me crying on this. What'd she say? Unfortunately, the saints don't always want to talk about these issues, but we really need to. Lynette, you are so right.
Yes.
I mean, being sexually abused, even we got some testimonies of some. Anyway, I'm not gonna even get in that.
Don't start.
I'm not gonna get in it. I'm finna get ready to let these people go. And Teresa, I'm finna let you go too, because I'm getting ready to watch this basketball game in a few minutes. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, don't leave yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it for us. Okay. All right, you guys. Have an amazing rest of your evening. Join us back here again tomorrow night on Dr. C. Rochelle Ministries Facebook page and YouTube channel. We will do you good. All right? God bless you all. The mission of Dr. C. Rochelle Ministries is to uplift, motivate, encourage, and inspire others to live their best lives.
Can I hang up now? Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.